I'm pretty sure as 2020 approaches, you've heard many channels, crypto exchanges talking about Bitcoin halving. Some Bitcoin places like Binance, CoinGecko even have the countdown timer going on. Well, if you're like many people who don't know what Bitcoin halving is about, don't worry, we got you covered. We were just like that till we spent a lot of time researching this topic. But don't worry, this video is just for you all. We put in the time so you don't have to. So next time someone asks you if the Bitcoin halving is going to make the Bitcoin price go up or down, you can just give them a long talk about how no one can really predict the market. But you can also sprinkle details about what Bitcoin halving is so you sound really smart. Well, jokes aside, but in the quest to make you sound smarter, let us begin by giving an overview of what this whole Bitcoin halving is all about. Welcome everyone back to our new video about Bitcoin halving. As you know that Bitcoin popularity has been increasing over the years, organizations and nations even are coming together to get a hold of this digital currency, and we can see multiple digital currencies in the market today as well, but no one can still ignore the power of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first digital currency and everyone wants to get a hold of some Bitcoin, if any. Some call it digital gold, while others call it commodity, and many just call it just a digital currency. But if you hold some of this digital currency or have interest in investing in it, then you should not miss this video, because this might just make you realize the person or the people behind Bitcoin who are very smart people indeed. And they have implemented this function into Bitcoin, which gives it a really long-term vision for the coin itself. As you know about Satoshi Nakamoto, if you don't, then make sure to check out our video on Bitcoin education, because we go in detail who really creates Bitcoin and who really is Satoshi Nakamoto. Now, what really is happening? Binance described block halving as having a process of reducing the rate at which new cryptocurrency units are generated. More specifically, it refers to the periodic halving events that decrease the block reward provided to the miners. In simple terms, the way new Bitcoin is generated mainly is through the process called mining. Again, check out our previous video where we go and explain in detail what Bitcoin mining really is. But through this mining process, block reward is generated, which is distributed among the miners to reward them for their hard work. With halving, the reward that is generated is going to be cut in half. So basically, when Bitcoin halving will occur, it will cut the supply of new Bitcoin generated through mining in half. Bitcoin halving takes place on average every 4 years. To understand this in depth, you need to know that on average 6 Bitcoin blocks are found within an hour, and Bitcoin halving happens one time on every 21,000 blocks, which can be approximately every 4 years. So using this information, we can calculate when the next halving event would take place for Bitcoin, and it turns out we're expecting the next event to occur somewhere around June of 2020. Now initially, Bitcoin miners were rewarded with block reward of 50 Bitcoins. Wow, don't you wish you could go back in those times? And since then, there has been 2 previous halving events. The current block reward is 12.5 Bitcoin with each block reward generated. And interesting enough, each of the halving event has had big impact on Bitcoin prices. Now, you might be wondering, all of this information is great, but how does this impact the value of Bitcoin? What can be expected to be this time around? Well, relax guys, this is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is more than just the price it has. It can do a lot more for us than just increasing price. But don't worry, we will get into the price as well. The clear and true answer to this question is that nobody knows what will happen to the value of Bitcoin when the halving event will happen. But what we can do is discuss the price from previous halving events. In the previous halving event of 2016, there was not much of an impact on the exchange rate of Bitcoin against the USD. At that time, Bitcoin was trading around at 650 USD dollars. And after the 1 week later, Bitcoin was trading on an exchange at around 675, so only $25. But that's not a big change at all. But to be honest, that is not the full answer. And instead of rushing through the answer, we want you to really understand that Bitcoin was designed to be valuable, and halving plays an important role in that aspect. But we don't want you to make rash decisions, and do invest at your own risk and take advantage on your own behalf. So whatever we do over here and say is just for entertainment purposes, is not to give anyone any financial advice. Though Bitcoin halving is meant to make Bitcoin more valuable, it can work the other way around as well. If Bitcoin becomes too hard and hard to mine, the cost of mining starts outweighing the benefit. Eventually people will stop mining Bitcoin. If miners stop mining Bitcoin, then who's going to secure the network? So yes, based on supply and demand principle, less mined Bitcoins should make it a more valuable asset, but it could also crash the value of Bitcoin. Well, I hope you guys do like the video, and make sure to check out the second part of the video as well, where we discuss in detail in regards to the event of Bitcoin halving on its price. Of course, we cannot predict the future,